Barstool Sports.
Evan Bosenko, Connor Griffin,
Mostly Sports.
Welcome into Mostly Sports. Couch Boys are back. Connor Griffin, Evan Bosenko. It is Mostly Sports here on Thursday, April 10th in 2025.
It's not even close to April 20th.
That's what I meant to fucking say, Cody. I am such a fucking idiot. Such a fucking idiot. Anyway, we are brought to you once again by Jägermeister.
Oh, that's good.
In Chicago.
I'm glad they're back for a second day. We didn't lose them.
Absolutely. Love Jägermeister. And this one is actually, this is a script, Ebo. We have to act for this one. So I'll play Mark, and you play Brandon.
Okay.
You have the first line.
All right. Okay, it says... Okay, I'm Mark, or I'm Brandon. I'm Brandon.
You're Brandon.
Okay,
I'm Mark.
It says Brandon do sexy face, so I'm going to do sexy face.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, what do you do when you're out with friends, the waiter comes up and asks what everyone wants to drink, but everyone freezes, and they just look at each other for approval?
It's very interesting. What should I do?
You should have some confidence, or as Jägermeister calls it, shotfidence.
Oh.
If everyone is having trouble ordering, here's what you do. Be a baller. Be a shot caller. Order for the table a round of ice-cold Jägermeister shots. Damn, that's cold. Because apparently we've been drinking Jägermeister all wrong, Connor.
Interesting.
Mark.
How should we be drinking it?
Ice cold. 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's what they call acting right there, folks. Yep. So wherever you're at, if you're hanging out with friends or just at the bar, or maybe you're just doing all the sports stuff or just the mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with ice-cold Jägermeister. And remember to check Jägermeister out at www.barstoolxjagermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Moss Jägermeister US, White Plains, New York. Ebo, what do you want to talk about?
I am prepared for a potential sophomore slump for us.
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see how we play on a back-to-back. Maybe we should have done some load management for the young core. But today's like a very, very big day in mostly sports history. It's a very big anniversary. Do you know what anniversary it is?
Yeah, isn't it Brandon's work anniversary? Didn't he sign here like 6 or 7 years ago? I thought that's what... He did mention that on the show last week. I thought it was Brandon's anniversary.
I know you're the guy that's supposed to be good at dates on the show. You know everyone's birthday. What's Cody's birthday?
Cody's birthday is July 25th.
My man.
Yeah, that's the wrong date.
No, that is Cody's birthday.
Right. But you got the date wrong. The first date you said wrong.
The anniversary?
Yeah.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Today's the anniversary of something very important to people here at Mostly Sports. So it's a sad one.
Okay.
Or some people might have celebrated.
I
think some people out there could have celebrated this one.
I'm really confused. I was prepped for Brandon's anniversary. I guess we'll shelve that for tomorrow.
Well, Connor, today we're going to be talking about something much more important. Today is the 1-year anniversary of the death of one Orenthal Jameson.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Who you
that is
famously know nothing about.
That's a massive miss.
Yeah. Maybe that's a blind spot for you.
Well, so, again, yeah, going off of Ebo's point, I know nothing about O.J. Simpson. I knew nothing about the case whatsoever when it was presented last year. Like, hey, we're coming up on the 30th anniversary. I was like, I've never had any interest in looking into this case. And we were going to do like a book report style day where I research the topic and then I kind of give a briefing on it. But that would have been, again.
So you're not prepared for the death of O.J. Simpson.
To repeat what I said at the beginning of the show, I am a fucking idiot and I should have had that prepared.
I guess we'll do Jersey Day then. We won't get into any O.J. Simpson talk. I'm wearing an Orioles Manny Machado jersey.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out Manny Machado, courtesy of a family member from opening day. Yeah, I fuck with the all orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am personally wearing, Mark usually likes to wear his old basketball jerseys and pennies and everything. This is from when I tried out for the CYO All-Star team, my Catholic basketball team. We were, what is it, Region 11 of Archdiocese varsity all-star tryouts in Pennsylvania. I wore number 40 on the back of this, but this is the full penny. This is when I tried out and didn't make it. and Andrew Funk wound up making it over me. He went on to
Oh,
play.
he had no business making that team.
I gave him the business in that tryout.
You gave Andrew Funk.
Put that on the record, and I love Andrew, and I've reached out to him a couple times.
Didn't he hit
since trying
9
to get him on the
three-pointers
show.
in a tournament game?
He went 8 for 10.
Yeah.
8 for 10 when Penn State played Texas A&M in the tournament 2 years ago.
Definitely should have been your spot.
But I locked him up. Locked him up in the tryout, but here it is.
Yeah.
Goes hard. Cody,
I'm
second day on the
rocking-
couch. What you got?
I'm rocking the Coyotes throwback, the Biz. It doesn't say his actual last name. It just says Biz on the back. Pretty cool.
Is that what you wore to the Jersey Shore party?
Yeah, I was. Could have understood my confusion a little bit.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Blutman, this is a very controversial look for you today.
What's controversial about the Scotty Scheffler drip?
Stop. That is, it's not a Scotty Scheffler.
I would give you a pass if you were wearing golf shoes.
I don't own golf shoes. I own very similar polo to one Scotty Scheffler.
Not even close to what he's wearing right now.
I like how you're
Yeah.
showing Cody a picture.
Yeah.
For reference.
Oh, it's not a picture. It's Scotty.
Live.
Yes, and he's not wearing the same color, but he's wearing a Nike polo. Scotty Scheffler has worn this Nike polo on golf days and tournaments in the past. I am paying homage to one of the greats. If you guys cannot respect that,
I don't think you're
I
respecting
have
Jersey.
something. I have something for you, Connor Griffin.
What is this? Oh, no. This is a golf ball? Holy shit. TJ, you ready for it? It's signed by John fucking Rahm.
Wait,
It's a golf ball.
how many of those are there in the world?
I don't know if we could get it any closer. I'll try and put it over my face.
Get some focus on there.
That's John fucking Rahm right there.
Yeah, so maybe approve my Scotty Scheffler drip, and you could keep that genre on ball, bud.
Thank you very much. Is this a way of thanking me for root beer floats yesterday? Is this a nice little...
Yeah, I also brought something else.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, well, we'll save that for later in the
Are you
show.
saving it?
I mean, it's over there.
Let's save it for later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. I want the reveal. Let's go to
We're getting
TJ's
fish and chips
jersey.
tomorrow, right?
We
Yep,
are.
We're getting TJ's asked 7 times. I said yes.
Because you said
9.
it yesterday.
I've said yes 9 times.
You said it yesterday, and I don't want to be let down. There's been a lot of letting down about dinners in this room.
I understand your.
I don't want to be
frustration,
let down
confusion.
again. So
Yeah, I don't do that. When I say dinner, I go dinner.
It is
where there's somebody if you're a Chicago person, tell us where the best fish and chips are at, and we'll go get them.
Friday during Lent. So, yeah, we'll do some fish and chips. TJ?
I'm wearing from Jersey, Ichiro, Japan.
Ooh.
I don't even know. It says 2011. No, it says 1991 to 1992 on the tag. Ichiro. Vest jersey.
That
How do you
goes
feel
hard.
about vest jerseys?
I kind of fuck with them. I wish that they would
The
sell
Ro- I
more
was-
of those.
I was thinking about this the other day when I saw a Todd Helton picture that I love the Rockies vest jerseys they used to rock.
Yeah. I used to, back when we were playing in region ball, back in baseball days, we would wear, in the summertime, we'd wear a red vest with a black undershirt.
Yes.
But then we'd be hot as hell
Yeah.
in the red vest because it's a vest and we're wearing 2 layers of clothing instead of just one shirt. So we would take off the vest, but then we would be wearing all black in the sun, and it made no sense, and I hated it so much. But if it was any other color, I would have liked it. Yeah, no, these I love. I love the Ken Griffey Jr. Cincinnati Reds. Yeah. Oh, my God. I just had a hairball over here. But, yeah, no, I agree. The vests are definitely, they need to be brought back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I guess I gotta find another news story to talk about.
No, first, I got to take off. I won't lie.
You're getting hot?
I'm wearing jersey over hoodie, which,
Hilarious.
speaking about getting hot,
Yeah.
I am steaming in this room. The AC still isn't fixed. I got to take this
Okay.
off. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Whoa. Whoa.
What the fuck?
What's he doing?
wearing?
1 second. One.
Is this guy serious?
What's he doing? It's Jersey Day.
Gotcha, bitch. We are doing OJ Day.
Let's go.
We are doing OJ Day.
Connor.
OJ Simpson, again, I know nothing about this, but I did some research, and I did a little bit of a Googling, some reading, some watching, and, yeah, I got to tighten up the tie a little bit. Now the hair's all fucked up. But I will be giving my full report on what went down in the O.J. Simpson case.
Okay.
That went into
All right,
it.
this is good. This is breaking news. This is maybe the first time any of our viewers have heard about what happened to O.J. Simpson and who else was involved?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not good. That's not a good start.
So anyway, I was prepared for the reveal of like getting changed into the suit and everything. I was not prepared for like any visual aids or any type of presentation or PowerPoint or anything like that. So I got nothing.
Oh,
This is it.
the
Yeah, this
suit
is it.
was.
Yeah.
The suit's good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So we're here now.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I don't know, peel back a couple layers, but it's not tucked in.
It's not at all.
Yeah, I don't
This is
know.
also an R2-D2 tie. I just want to point that out. You can't really see it on the pattern because it's all blue, but R2-D2 is on here. I can assure you, Blutman.
Is this the suit you'd wear at your National Women in Sports media class at Penn State?
We didn't have a class for it. It was more of just a club, and we wouldn't get
Okay,
dressed
dude.
up. But yeah, I would wear something like this. But yeah, this is all I got. So we're just going with the suit, and then I will give my full account. It's not going to be the entire show. It'll be something short, something light, because we got other stuff to get to. But this is OJ Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start?
Actually, I lied again. I have a trifold. One second. All right. We have, did O.J. Simpson do it?
What? Why am I?
Wait, what? Why am I on the road?
Why are we all in white
no.
Broncos on the run?
I don't know.
Let's clear some space.
Are we potentially suspects here?
Okay. We got the trifold. Yes. Every single one of you in the room is in a white Bronco, and I will lay out the facts of the case. You guys are starting. I took the liberty of putting you guys all in no.
Right, innocent until proven guilty.
Innocent until proven guilty. No is on the bottom.
It's a great right we have here as Americans.
Then we have maybe in the middle, and then we have yes. You can't really see it all the way over on the side. There it is. Yeah. So if you guys at any point during my deliberation and recounting of the facts want to switch up, you can move your car. Maybe you're a little undecided.
Yeah, you can put me at yes. You can go ahead and move me right now. You can put me at yes.
What?
Yeah, we could wrap this
We
up.
don't even know
Yeah.
any of the facts.
I don't. Yeah, he did it. You can
Okay.
TJ, spin the Broncos.
you can go ahead and put me down for yes. Did O.J. Simpson and do it is a little bit. What did he do? Did he rush for 2,000 yards?
Right,
Did he
yeah.
steal all his memorabilia? He did do something.
Did he die?
Did he kill Nicole Brown? Yeah, he probably killed Nicole Brown.
Hard to say so far.
All right, Ebo. Yeah, he's been moved to yes.
I'm in yes.
Okay.
Move me to yes as well, because I'll never forgive him for buying all the toilet paper and paper towels at Costco when COVID began. So
Yeah.
he'll be at yes.
Tell that story again. It might just be what you just said, but what was the full story?
Exactly what I just said. The pandemic was beginning. He went to Costco in our neighborhood in Summerlin. He cleaned it out, all the paper towels, all the toilet paper. Nobody else could buy any because O.J. Simpson cleaned Costco out and posted a picture about it to rub it all in our face.
Okay, so Blutman
Did it.
Yeah, he did do it. He did steal all of the toilet paper at Costco.
No, he bought it.
He bought it. Yes, correct. But
He did steal all his memorabilia back from
Yes.
that hotel room, correct?
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm so stupid. I thought those cars meant did we do it?
Yeah.
No.
So did I.
I was gonna move Cody to yes.
Come on, man.
No, this is just as I lay out the facts. I'm not trying to persuade you in any way. I'm not trying to do anything particular here. I'm literally, and this is why I hope that this wasn't like too hyped up. I think the more we're on this show, the more stuff gets pitched, and then we're just so bad at planning that we don't do it right away, and then people get excited like, oh my God, like it's been months. They've been preparing this forever. We literally just decided to do this yesterday.
Yeah.
So
it just worked out well.
yeah, it worked out all right. We needed some time to fill. It's a Thursday. We were talking a lot of sports yesterday. We'll do some mostly, and we will get into O.J. Simpson.
TJ, could you do me a favor and when you cue Connor up, can you cue him up with like the breaking news segment, like we're going to a live hit of a guy reporting that O.J. Simpson has been arrested for suspicion of murder,
What?
double murder,
What do we do?
suspicion of double homicide. I just want you to deliver it, be like this is breaking news. Everyone who's watching the show is finding out for the first time that O.J. Simpson is on trial
Okay.
for a double homicide.
All right.
Pretend like you're talking about some bullshit stat or something.
Yeah, so the Orioles are 5-8 this year. Lost 9-0 last night to Diamondbacks. They suck. Can't hit.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. Orenthal James Simpson is the suspect in a murder trial related to the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. We will be breaking it down right now, right here on Mostly Sports. So, the background here. That was a good tip, Ebo. Good stuff. First and foremost, just to lay out who O.J. Simpson was, of course, because some people don't know his accolades and his maybe accomplishments or what
Hollywood actor.
He was a Hollywood actor. So, specifically, started off at USC, won the Heisman Trophy in 1968, was then drafted #1 overall by the Buffalo Bills. Shout out, Cody. Am I right?
Great.
Yeah, there we go. Good contribution. Then ran for over 2,000 yards in just 14 games in 1973. Went on to be a 6-time Pro Bowler, retired in 1979. And as you pointed out, Ebo, he did start out during his playing career acting. Actually, I think it went all the way back to his time at USC. And then that carried over into his post-playing days. Starred in all 3 installments of the Naked Gun franchise. Obviously, we saw the trailer last week. They were poking fun at it for the new Naked Gun trailer with Liam Neeson. And then, yeah, he was even actually, I want to say it was James Cameron, who was considering O.J. Simpson for the role of the Terminator. But the producers didn't want to cast him because they thought he was too nice to be cast as the killer. Does that make anybody want to change where they are? There it is. How James Cameron rejected a studio pitch to cast O.J. Simpson as the Terminator. So, with that being said, would anybody like to change their position?
No, I think he still killed
on
Nicole
the Broncos.
Brown. He definitely killed Nicole Brown.
Okay, fair enough. And now we will get to Nicole.
I do have a question. Just if we are jury members or we're people here, right? You seem to talking a lot about his accolades as a sports, in sports or as an athlete. Can you humanize him for me a little bit? Because it feels like you're just like dumbing him down to his athletic accomplishments. No,
possibly. Yeah, it was not believable for a killing machine.
Ebo, so you want to apologize?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he did it.
You brought up Nicole Brown, though. They started dating when O.J. was still in his first marriage with Marguerite Whitley. Whitley and O.J. divorced in 1979. It was then in 1985, I believe, when Nicole Brown and O.J. got married. But by the end of 1989, Nicole Brown had cited that there were 8 incidents where police had to be called for instances of domestic violence at their home. The police, she claimed, did nothing in any of those disputes. And ultimately, there was one time where she believed, and she said this to police, that O.J. was going to kill her. Does that make anybody change their opinion?
Yeah. No.
Okay. They ultimately divorced in 1992, tried to reconcile in 1993, didn't work out after they got back together briefly, and then in 1994, May of 1994, they split apart for good. And it was then where Kris Jenner, friend of Nicole Brown, we obviously know Kris Jenner from the Kardashian family, claimed that Nicole Brown had told her directly, quote, I have it right here, things are really bad between O.J. and I, and he's going to kill me, and he's going to get away with it. Flash forward. Next month, June 13th, 1994. Again, this is just everything that I read and I learned, and I am giving a brief account of what I...
This isn't straight from Wikipedia. Right?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Nicole Brown was found stabbed to death outside her condo alongside her friend Ron Goldman, and the stabbing took place, it was identified the night before. O.J., of course, was the immediate person of interest here, and to this day, no other suspect has ever been found. O.J. and his attorneys, they both agreed they were going to turn O.J. in. He was going to turn himself in to the police June 17th. And instead, we got the Bronco chase. He did not show up to the police station. Instead, he went out as a passenger in a 1993 white Ford Bronco, which, of course, was inspired by the animated movie Shrek. Shrek 2, I believe. They did this first. He was in the backseat.
Can I pause something? I might want to change my opinion on something. I did not know Kris Jenner was involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I knew the Kardashians were involved. They were
Robert Kardashian.
Yeah, the lawyers on the case. Yeah. Kris Jenner being involved makes me think that something's up. So I would like to move my car back to maybe.
Okay, got you.
Yeah,
because
I'm good on now.
Because now I'm weary. You know, there's other powers at play here. So I'm back to maybe.
Okay.
Cody and Liam are
silent.
None of the facts of the case have moved you at all.
No, I'm waiting for something.
You didn't even flinch at the word murder. double homicide.
We need more
stabbed to
facts.
death.
More facts.
All right. Well, they were in the Bronco. Eventually, O.J. Simpson was directing his friend who was driving, get me to my home in Brentwood. That is where they were found. That is where O.J. was taken into custody. And that is where we get to the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson. Spanned 8 months from January 24th to October 3rd, 1995. And I will just outline here every piece of evidence against O.J. Simpson. Again, at any point, you guys can move your car to yes, maybe, or no.
Okay.
And I'll just outline all the facts right now that were proven in the case that went against O.J. Simpson. Number one.
I'd like to move my car.
Okay, where do you want to?
I'll just keep it where it is, actually.
All right, never mind. Okay, we'll move on from that.
What the fuck?
He's an enigma. I don't know how to describe him.
I'm shocked Cody hasn't done like a permission to approach the bench joke and just walked over to the O.J. Simpson bench.
Take the stand.
We do have the O.J. Memorial.
I'd like to
bench
take
here.
a stand.
We thought we had an O.J. Simpson jersey in here at some point. I don't know what happened.
No, we
We
did.
did. It was on the mannequin or the sex doll,
Yeah.
It's probably somewhere in a giant pile of junk in this office.
which we do have a giant pile of junk in this office, pretty much in every corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, number one, after Cody said that he was going to move his car and then decided not to, the history of domestic violence between O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown. That is obviously a very big red flag, very big point of evidence in this case. Number two, there were hairs found on a cap at the crime scene that were consistent with O.J.'s hairs, and there were hairs found on Goldman's shirt that were also consistent with O.J.'s.
And those could not have been Ron Goldman's hair follicles.
No.
Why could that? Why? How come?
DNA testing.
Right. So what were some of the distinguishing things between Ron Goldman and O.J. Simpson that maybe distinguished them apart?
One was white
Okay.
and one was African American.
Okay. All right. Cool. Just wanted to make sure.
There we go. There were also fibers consistent with the carpet of the Bronco found on the glove at O.J.'s home and on the cap at the crime scene.
Well, that could be.
Again, DNA.
I got nothing here. Yeah, that neither of those make it move at all.
Okay.
OJ's
Yeah.
hairs were at his house. I don't.
On his glove.
Yeah.
Interesting. Next one. Blood. Blood.
What?
That's a deep.
For
Yeah.
those of you who know OG YouTube, the blood samples. TJ, pull up that video.
Hell no.
Blood.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a DNA expert, but it doesn't seem to be going well for our guy OJ.
No.
Orenthal.
Not at all.
You're.
Wait, why is... I didn't
Is this what you referenced?
Yeah. I didn't realize that this was the intro
What
for
the
it.
fuck is this?
Daddy! Daddy!
What, baby?
Blood!
What?
Wait.
Blood! That!
What?
Baby did!
Baby's got what?
Blood!
Blood.
What does he have?
Blood!
Where?
Blood! There!
That's a classic.
Yeah.
Blood!
How many views did that get?
Like 2 million.
Not enough.
But that was
But
that,
2 million,
that was mega viral.
1.6 in 2008 is like infinity views.
I like to think that I'm pretty media literate when it comes to the internet. I've seen everything. I know when everything came out. I've never seen that video in my life.
Same, never.
I think you guys just planted that video. That's
I,
a fake
I,
video.
I knew TJ would get it.
Because you've said that a couple times. And nobody else reacts.
Blood. So the killer dropped blood near shoe prints at the crime scene, and the blood was of the same type as OJ's. I believe once they ran the DNA testing, it was only like 0.5% of the population could have possibly matched with it. OJ also had fresh cuts on his left hand the day after the murder. There was blood found in the Bronco. There was blood found in his home and on his driveway. And this was the real kicker. There was a pair of socks in OJ's room that had blood on them, and they were matched with the blood of Nicole Brown.
Oh.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty incriminating, no?
Yes, absolutely.
I'd like to move to maybe.
Okay.
I'd like to go back to yes, actually. Now that Kris Jenner's out of the picture, I'd also like to be yes, he did kill Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman.
Got you.
TJ?
Put my car on the road.
Got you.
Put me on the road. Yeah.
There you go.
Everybody else is kind of flying through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point, TJ. Shoe prints at the crime scene were from a size 12 Bruno Magli shoe. The bloody shoe impression on the Bronco carpet was consistent with a Magli shoe, and Simpson wore a size 12.
And he owned a Magli shoe.
Yes, personally, I'm a size 13, but size 12. That was the key figure here. And then another thing, it's not really necessarily evidence against him. He did not testify at his criminal trial. Very interesting. And the kicker, the glove. Gloves plural, I should say. There was a left black leather glove found at the crime.
Scott Norwood, the kicker?
Dude.
Robbie Gold, the kicker?
What?
Nothing.
What, now you want to go back to no?
Gold.
Scott Norwood, jam you. Go ahead.
Okay, there we go. Left black leather glove was found at the crime scene, and a right black leather glove was found at OJ's home. They were a size XL pair of heiress-like gloves, and OJ had been proven to own a pair of those same gloves from 1990 to 1994, and there was a receipt of Nicole Brown purchasing those gloves at Bloomingdale. Size XL, heiress-like gloves in 1990. Okay, so same gloves. The prosecution, in an effort to prove that O.J. Simpson was in fact the killer, and he was wearing the gloves, decided that they were going to have O.J. try on these gloves in court. Now, he tried them on, and I'll do a little bit of a demonstration of what exactly happened. Ebo was nice enough to bring me some black gloves. They're not leather, but that's okay.
Evo has black gloves too.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, these gloves are in a pair,
Yes.
and there's no blood on one of the gloves.
All right.
To do a reenactment, I don't know how much we could show. This is what it looked like. For the podcast listeners, I am struggling to put on the glove.
Oh, dude, it doesn't fit.
No, it can't get on my wrist.
What about the other glove?
Try it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, the right glove doesn't fit and the left glove doesn't fit?
No,
Oh, shit.
they don't fit properly.
Fuck. Do we got to acquit?
That was the line.
If you don't wear gloves, there's no way you could kill someone. Go ahead and keep me in no, I guess.
Okay. Coined by Johnny Cochran, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that was pretty much the most damning evidence in the entire case, despite all of the DNA. The defense claimed that the DNA had been corrupted, contaminated. They said that it was an attempt to frame O.J. Simpson, that some of these materials were placed at the scene of the crime in his apartment, or in his condo, rather.
So you think he's claiming that he was framed?
That's what the defense was saying.
Yeah.
So, ultimately, the gloves did not fit, but, of course, these were blood-stained gloves, and these are leather gloves. And on top of that, they had been frozen and then thawed, and people believed that the gloves had shrunk. And these types of leather gloves, it was proven they could shrink up to 15%.
Wow.
As a result of all of that. So they did not fit OJ's hands. They then later had him try on a brand new pair of the same glove, the XL Heiress-like gloves. Those fit almost perfectly.
Wow.
But the damage had already been done. People had the, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. That was in their minds.
Yeah. So, and then where does I think you might have missed the part where Johnny Cochran introduced a scale, almost like a trifold like this of Chewbacca.
The Chewbacca defense.
Yeah, and then what was the exact defense there? Do you remember what it was?
That was not.
Why does Chewbacca, a Wookiee, live on Endor?
Stop.
With a bunch of Ewoks.
We're not getting into that.
But that was probably the deciding thing in the case. No, TJ, you remember that, right? You were alive for the Chewbacca part, right?
The Chewbacca trials.
I
think Chewbacca killed her.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense, Connor. Admit that it doesn't make sense that Chewbacca is a Wookiee who lives on Endor with a bunch of Ewoks, and that you must acquit.
And her mother was a witch.
Yeah,
I'm not doing this.
What are you not?
Not on OJ Day. We're not doing the Star Wars.
It was part of the trial.
The Chewbacca defense was
TJ
yes.
pulled the Chewbacca.
You know that
defense.
Yoda is. People think that Yoda is actually Khloe Kardashian's father.
I'm moving on from this nonsense.
You know that part?
Yeah. Okay, TJ. Oh, I'm TJ.
Yeah. Wait. When does
That doesn't sound.
So in where in this timeline does O.J. Simpson sleep with Kris Jenner?
I don't have that in my timeline.
But isn't that potentially part of the timeline, right?
Yeah, Robert Kardashian was. Well, how was Robert Kardashian fold on into this?
He's the
part
father
of the defense.
Yeah, he's the defense attorney.
Yeah.
And then
and Kris Jenner's husband.
so they were both fucking Kris Jenner.
I did not know that part of the story. I will look into that afterwards. Again,
I mean, it feels
this
like
is
a pretty big part of the story. Maybe that's why they got off.
No, this is who got off. This is a part of the story that I am unfamiliar with. I will familiarize myself again. This was put together very last minute, and we're just trying to pull it off. But anyway, we will get on with the story. Obviously, the glove did not fit, and that was pretty much the main thing in the case that solidified the deal for the defense. The prosecution had lost pretty much right then and there. Defense said, all of this DNA stuff, get it out of my face. Does not mean a thing. I believe it was reasonable doubt was what they claimed. Still got to look into that part as well. But ultimately, O.J. Simpson, he is acquitted. Later lost in the civil trial, though. Years later, he was found liable, and he had to pay back $33 million. I don't think he wound up paying anywhere near that. But on top of that, he was also he kind of quasi-confessed in his book, If I Did It.
No, he confessed.
He kind of
he confessed. I've never read the books. I don't read. I can't read, but he confessed.
He did?
Yeah.
That changes everything.
And then TJ, do we have the clip of him joking about stabbing the reporter in the interview? I should have sent it to you.
I did it.
Did this book come out though? Wasn't
We talked about it on the show before.
Yeah.
It came out as I did it, and I believe the family sued and said, or it came out as if I did it. This family sued and said you had to say I did it.
Yeah.
And won.
But that is pretty much the case.
So
Actually, yeah, TJ, if you could find that one video of him joking with the reporter, I'll say one final thing, and then we could get.
are you defending? Let's get this straight. Are you reporting? Or are you
we go.
defending? Or are you the
After we
state?
finished filming, OJ said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke, and this is it. Just did you do it?
No, I didn't. Just a crazy thing to do.
So are you working on the defense in this case, or are you the state, the district attorney? Where is your role in this? Are you representing the state of California, or are you representing Orenthal James Simpson?
I'm just presenting the facts, but if I did have to lay out more for the defense, I guess I will say this. And TJ, if you could put the camera on me, I'll lay it out right here. Obviously, Robert Kardashian was a big part of the defense in this case, and I think the biggest defense for OJ probably stems from the defense attorney himself, Robert Kardashian. Of course, the father of Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian got really famous because of a sex tape. That sex tape was with Ray J. Ray J then later went on to produce Ray Khan. And that sounds like a name, Ray Khan, but that's not to be confused with Tony Khan. Tony Khan, obviously involved in the Jaguars front office. I believe he's the president or has a very high executive role in AEW, All Elite Wrestling. And AEW, they actually just signed AJ. Again, AJ, not to be confused with Ray J, AJ Ray J. That's pretty tough right there. But AJ, I'm talking about Big Boom AJ. This is the Costco guy. And he goes, double chunk chocolate cookie. And he goes, boom. And, of course, boom, you spell B-O-O-M. But if you put that backwards, M-O-O-B, that's Moob. Moob, kind of like our coworker.
Sit on it.
People thought that she and I were dating. Cody looks exactly fucking like
Fuck.
But Mooby got big on TikTok because ultimately she did have that sit on it video where she goes, sit on it, which of course is derived from a Steve Harvey clip on Family Feud. But Family Feud, Steve Harvey wasn't the original host. That was Richard Dawson. But Richard Dawson, he got into a bunch of trouble because he was just kissing contestants nonstop. Kiss, 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 kiss. But not to be confused with the band Kiss, of course, which was formed in 1973, which was also the same year by happenstance that OJ ran for over 2,000 yards. Kiss went on a couple years later to put out a hit single, Detroit Rock City. But, of course, Detroit wasn't really rocking until the Pistons won back-to-back in 1990. 1990, who else was competing for a championship that year in sports? Oh, it was the Broncos.
Oh, my God.
The Broncos were in the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Do you know where that Super Bowl was?
Los Angeles.
New Orleans.
Oh, shit.
How do you abbreviate New Orleans? N-O. No, huh? But, Connor, it's NOLA, so we could extend it to NOLA, L-A, Los Angeles. Where did the murder take place?
That would be Los Angeles, California.
Okay, but of course the Broncos weren't the only team in that Super Bowl, right? Who did they play? They played the San Francisco 49ers. Ironically enough, the last team that O.J. Simpson played for in the NFL. People forget he ended his career in San Francisco, 1 year with the 49ers. The 49ers.
He also ended Nicole Brown's life in Los Angeles.
Well, talk about the murder. It was a murder in that Super Bowl. 49ers won 55-10. Blew them out. Absolutely blew them out, right? 45-point win for the 49ers. 49-45. Add that together. What is that, 94? 1994? So we have a no in L.A. in 1994. Did O.J. Simpson do it? The answer might be at the end. That's the defense.
Oh my God.
Are you This is what 30 years ago at this point?
Yeah.
This is how you would have defended Orenthal, James Simpson?
Again, I'm neutral, but that would have been the defense. Anyway,
I'm going to say he killed her.
Okay.
And Ron Goldman. I think this was a good exercise for you, though, to kind of figure out where you fall in the O.J. Simpson thing. Yeah.
I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to go yes.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think your defense helped. Where are you at? I mean, you don't have to have a car?
I do have a car.
I thought the whole point of this was to figure out if you thought O.J. Simpson killed Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman.
Yeah, I'm still undecided. I don't know. But I have the car right here. I'll plug it up and just say, sure. I have no idea.
How do you feel about we'll never know who did it then? Though the killer will never be brought to justice.
I don't know. It's still like I got to do more research. I have to look at the documentaries. I have to look into the movies. I'm now very invested in this case. Again, before I could not care less about it. It was obviously super big, and not only just back when it was happening. I mean, it was massive when it was happening. I get that, but also when I see these new documentaries come out, I was like, I really don't care much about it. But now I will. I will absolutely care about it. I will absolutely look into it, and we will maybe have an OJ Day Part 2, because I imagine we could have maybe done this a little bit better.
When's his birthday?
I do not know. I also don't know if Brandon and Mark would be pissed that we did this without them, but we have.
Well, we're just warming up.
They knew what the date was going to be. They did. They knew.
We did also.
Actually, Mark missed the last time Mark was not here the day OJ died.
That's also true. July 9th. Okay. Oh wait, is today? Did we have Feidelberg on the show last year when OJ died, or was it Greer, or was it both of them?
We had both.
Like a July walk.
I gotta
get that clip up.
Move me to maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
My final verdict.
All right.
I will say, I think this is a good project for Connor. There's not a lot of public information on this case. Not a lot of people have spent time digging into the details of this case. There's probably still a lot to uncover, so I think this is a great place. Maybe you can collab with Kirk on maybe season 3 of the case or season 4 of the case or something like that.
That would be great.
And really tackle this murder.
Or do Menendez Bros next.
Yeah.
Which was happening. I found out. I learned in the whatever the documentary or the dramatic series was that was happening at the same time. They were in jail together, like next to each other in the cells.
Very interesting.
Pretty crazy.
I will say,
and like the public attention all turned towards the OJ case, and when that verdict came out, it was like, well, now we gotta fucking implicate one of these murderers because we can't just let all these murderers in Los Angeles off on at the same time. So that's why they sent the Menendez brothers to jail.
Connor, you do have a great voice for true crime podcasting. Like, if I close my eyes and you're reading out the details of a bloody murder, I would listen to it in the car.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think that's a good avenue for you to pursue. That industry needs some disruption.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
They're probably running out of material.
We'll talk to some people. But yeah, anyway, that's OJ Day. Sorry if that took up too much time. Yeah.
All right, that's the show.
That is the show. We should probably hold off on doing.
Yeah, no advertisements probably until.
Yeah, give it 10.
Yeah, we'll go back
give
half
it
of
a
the show.
10er.
But we could go to. Is this the Cody prep sheet right now?
Yeah, I made a prep sheet.
Awesome. Okay. Well, let's see what else is on it.
Okay.
I'll move this down.
Top story.
We do have coming up. We have a guest.
Yeah, we do have a guest at 11.
And yeah, we have others.
It's an important guest. I think we've been caught up in a lot of beef lately with this show. Wouldn't you say, TJ?
Barstool beef.
Yeah, there's been a lot of drama surrounding the show lately. I know Mark and Brandon are not here to sort it out, but I think it's important that me and Connor step up and sort of facilitate peace times now. as opposed to
Right.
waiting and pushing it, kicking the can down the road. So I think we should do it now.
We have a 3-day window, voice crack. We have a 3-day window to sort of settle the waters that Mark and Brandon have stirred over and over and over again. And there's beef in the Barstool universe that involves this show, and one of these beefs involves someone that's here for mini golf.
Yes.
So while they're here, let's get them in here.
Yeah,
and,
that'll happen at
sort
11
things out,
o'clock,
yeah.
right after a name show. Okay, so the top story on Cody's prep sheet is that mini golf.
Well, no,
Promote mini golf. Tune in to mini golf later. Connor did a great job on the call last night. Blutman is electric on the. What was your role? You're the starter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that was it. Announcing.
You're like Dottie
there.
Pepper, right?
Sure.
Yeah, you're like our Dottie, right?
like Doris Burke.
Do you have the big headset with the antenna on it?
What are you doing?
Yeah, what's this?
What?
This is my gift. I wanted to move it off the O.J. Simpson
All right.
Memorial
Well, I guess
bench because we had a guest coming.
We'll do the-
We're gonna do a Blutman
Your
bit right
gift's
now.
a bunch of fucking napkins.
Why don't you do the gift and then
We'll do the gift and then we'll talk about mini golf.
I just moved it because there was a guest coming, so I wanted to.
All right, we'll do it.
What's
Hey, well, we did root beer float day yesterday, so today we're doing apple fritter day. So
Oh.
it's an apple fritter.
Generous.
Who wants a fritter?
Thank you, Blutman. I'll take one.
Okay, Cody.
And tomorrow's fish and chips day.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Brandon and Mark should go on vacation more often.
Connor, take a napkin
Thank you.
and take a fritter.
Oh,
I will be frittering after the show.
yeah, I'll fritter after as well.
Thank you for the fritters.
Thank you.
Is what in the occasion is just you wanted to bring fritters?
Well, Connor did root beer floats, so I got a treat as well.
What constitutes a fritter?
Fritter versus like a Danish or something.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. That'll be the next case that we look into.
Cool.
Thank you, Blutman.
Oh, top story. I put it on my personal prep sheet.
Well, hold on first.
Yeah, you read
Finishing off the mini golf. That'll be round 3, final round, singles play tonight after the Masters, which we could also talk about in this show. Yeah, I don't know exactly what time that will be, and I apologize to anybody last night. We were trying to figure out a time for round 2. I was not aware of it on the desk when we were wrapping up round 1, so I just said we're going live later tonight. I apologize if that screwed anybody over and they didn't know when round 2 was going to start. But round 3 will be after the Masters. So
Can I give you a
be on the lookout
compliment
for
on
that.
your performance yesterday, Connor?
Sure.
The lighting that they had you guys in at the desk, you guys looked.
Yeah.
looking right.
You guys, I don't know what they did. I've never seen this angle of the office before. You guys,
It was cool, yeah.
It's that green shirt.
Cody did tell me to take that green shirt, so thank you, Cody.
Yep.
Get it in the Barstool store, the Barstool Golf merch. Very excited for round 3 tonight. We have a very close matchup. Nick is amazing. It's so funny. And, yeah, we have a good time. So definitely tune into that. And that's pretty much all I got.
More Barstool Sports update. Hat restock coming very soon. I do not know the exact date, but it is imminent.
Okay.
So if you did not get a hat the first time, they are coming back.
Perfect.
Josh Block deported from the Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. Got
Yeah.
deported.
yeah, he was trying to go to Dubai
Yeah.
for some reason, and I guess a lot of people sent letters to the airport saying don't let him in, and so they didn't let him in.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, his whole storyline is very sad and tough to deal with, but it was very funny to look at open TikTok and just get a picture that says I have been deported.
Maybe for the best.
Yeah, definitely for the best.
He was at I don't know if it was the Mets game or the Yankees game. I think it was the Mets game. And he was sitting very close behind home plate.
Great seats.
Great seats. And
Probably
somebody,
use game time.
yeah, maybe. And somebody yelled out, put the fries in the bag. And then he's like, how did you get in here? I think he thinks it's the same person every single time, yelling, who puts
He
the fries
did
in.
that in Puerto Rico or Costa Rica or something. Somebody met him at the airport, and he was like, how did you know where I was?
Yeah.
I was like, well, you post a video every 10 minutes of you in the airport, on a flight, getting off a flight, going through, you could not be more trackable.
World of T-shirts.
So maybe the best that he's not going to be running around Dubai. That might have been the series finale.
World of T-shirts trying to go worldwide.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I feel bad for him. I feel like we gotta stop. We gotta stop if you're a family member, do not go tell him to put the fries in the bag. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What else you want to talk about before we hit an ad right here? Is there anything quick? Well, I mean, the biggest story from actual sports is Luka.
Oh,
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say LeBron got a Barbie.
Oh, that's also true.
That's definitely the biggest.
Both
story
related
in
to the
sports.
Lakers.
We buried the lead. It's 45 minutes of the show. We haven't talked about LeBarbie. Pull up LeBarbie, TJ.
LeBron did get a Barbie doll. It looks exactly like him. He's got an LJ on the chest, and I will be purchasing it.
It's $75.
I will be. Dude, I'd buy it if it was 150.
It does look a lot like him.
Yes.
Like they did a pretty crazy job. It's like he's the first Ken Ambassador, is what this program is called.
Wait, seriously?
It's a Barbie program highlighting men of importance.
About goddamn time we got some men in female spaces. Am I right, fellas?
It's
I mean, about time we got some representation in the Barbie world.
Finally.
Listen,
Fucking
Barbies
finally.
for dudes.
Yeah.
and I did watch the Barbie movie. Ken, by far the best character. Yeah. Really. So I'm very excited for this. Listen, I am not joking. I will probably get 2 of these. One is a backup because I know you guys will probably fuck with it, and one that I'll just have at my home that I will stare at and
admire. Are you going to leave the clothes on the Barbie?
That's actually a really good question, Ebo. I think out of just genuine curiosity, you're going to strip him a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah.
He looks great. LeBron. Also, if anybody, it's kind of past its prime. If anybody has not been made aware of the LeBron-assance that was going on TikTok, where every single song people just reconstructed to make it a LeBron parody song, you got to go back and check it out.
Download LeBronify for all the songs.
We got to get him on the glaze. When does it go on sale? It says Monday,
April 14th. You should camp out at Target.
Yeah, I think you have to go camp out.
Done.
You should do. You saw Mook on the GameStop.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Funny.
How crazy was that? Did he know that was happening? Mook just made it on the official GameStop Instagram account because he camped out for Pokemon cards there last week. Put out a vlog.
Great vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up, Mook can't sleep. If you're double dipping in shows,
that's a great show.
It's also just such a hard picture. I love that picture.
I love this. Mook in quotes.
Yeah, that was electric.
Yeah.
Do you think Mook jacked his name from Mookie
See Nick's
Betts?
comment.
This dude was my weed dealer at Penn State Altoona. Would charge girls a single hug.
White Lotus kind of jacked Mook's flow. There's a whole character named Mook.
Yeah, and it's
Really?
played
And it's
by
like
one of the most famous women in the world.
Yeah.
I'm
like
not familiar. I haven't seen the show.
Yeah.
Lisa, the pop star who used to be in Blackpink.
I don't know.
She's one of those pop stars that you don't even understand how famous someone could be until you see how many followers that she has.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, shout out Mook. Shout out Mook can't sleep. Shout out Roan.com.
Shout out another show real fast.
Shout out Wrestling. Wrestling's back.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
105 million followers. Okay. Lisa. Wait a second.
Hold on.
Oh, you know her.
No, hold on. But she kind of looks like Olivia Cook in one of those photos. Olivia Cook plays Alison Hightower in House of the Dragon. I thought that was another HBO show. Interesting. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Lisa. Ebo, yeah, you want to hit an ad?
Yeah,
real
you
fast?
know what else is famous? Blum, why don't you reach over to that box and grab a bag of pork rinds? World famous pork rinds have unique ability to be the unsung hero of game day. Like that underdog team you didn't expect to make it past the first round. They sneak in when you need them most. And let's face it, they're built for crunch time. Unlike chips that go soft, pork rinds stay crispy and delicious no matter how heated your bracket gets. What flavor you got over there, Blutman?
Honey.
Hot honey, delicious. I like the barbecue. The barbecue pork rinds are very good. Embrace the madness and use code MOSTLY at checkout for porkrinds.com for 25% off your order. You want to hit one too? A little double dip?
Yeah, I'll do one for Shady Rays. Get ready for your next adventure with shades that are built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is a proudly independent sunglasses company offering top-tier quality that rivals even the most expensive brands. Their durable frames and crystal clear optics are perfect for every outdoor moment. And with a wide selection, of styles and colors, you're guaranteed to find your perfect pair. But here's the best part. If your shades go MIA or take a hit, don't sweat it. They've got lost and broken protection, so you're covered from day one. Not sure if Shady Rays is the right fit for you? No worries. If you don't love them, you can exchange or return them for free within 30 days. Shopping with Shady Rays is truly risk-free, and their team always has your back with personal and fast support. Upgrade your eyewear game today and see why Shady Rays is the go-to choice for every moment under the sun. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use code MOSTLYSPORTS for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Again, that's code MOSTLYSPORTS for 35% off. Real fast, some sports before we get Ken Jack in here. Going off of LeBron, the Barbie, and everything like that.
You just spoiled the special guest, dude.
Did I?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think
Yep.
any of us said it.
Be a pro.
Fuck, dude, I did. Well, it's Ken Jack.
Yeah, it's Ken Jack. I was trying to play it like kind of coy with talking beef, but I guess
Well, I'm the one who has beef with him.
Yeah.
So I guess it's okay if I'm the one who's supposed to.
1,000 men had beef with Bonnie Blue.
Oh, there wasn't beef involved. But anyway, LeBron James, apologies. LeBron James gets the Barbie doll. His team, the Lakers, of course, had a win over the Dallas Mavericks last night. Luka Doncic returning home, puts up 45 points. Every single time he got the ball, he was being cheered. Mark Cuban was in attendance when everybody is chanting "Fire Nico," and Mark Cuban is shaking his head, and he's all sad on the sidelines and everything like that. It was a nightmare for Dallas, especially considering, too, Luka Doncic in the opening when they had the montage and the video tribute, Luka's crying. It's very clear, like, he still loves Dallas. He probably never would have left. I think Trae Young put out a tweet yesterday, too, quote tweeting, saying, like, he was always going to be in Dallas. It is a crime that they traded this guy away. They're paying for it now. And, yeah, the Lakers pull out the win in a homecoming for Luka Doncic.
30-point first half. 31 points.
31 points in the first half. Actually, yeah, it was very similar to LeBron Game 6 in 2012 against the Celtics. 30 in the first half. Ends with 45. Yeah, this was he was in tears right before the game, and then he goes out and puts out an absolute stunning performance. And everybody, I saw one, let me pull up the tweet. I saw one tweet where the Mavericks are on pace to lose, which we could have assumed, but McMahon tweeted it out. It's like millions upon millions of dollars where people are canceling their season tickets. They're not buying the merchandise of the team, and they're just in free fall right now. It's going to set them back monetarily so much.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
It's
right
such a
now.
bizarre situation. I can't. I'm not the oldest guy in the world, but I think it's one of the more bizarre sports stories in terms of just player transactions. Only not talking murderers or whatever. It's just a bizarre world that we're in, where maybe like one of the 5 best players in the league is just like shoved or pushed away by a franchise, by ownership.
Yeah, Tim McMahon says it's a decision, team sources told ESPN, that probably will cost the franchise 9 figures over the next several years, as the Mavs are projected to lose dozens of millions in revenue this season due to dwindling crowds, plummeting merchandise sales, and sponsors severing ties with the franchise in the wake of the trade. So many fans canceled season tickets in the days after the trade that the Mavs actually attempted to generate some goodwill by offering limited refunds. So, yeah, this franchise is going down an absolute shithole. Anthony Davis had 13 last night, I want to say. When Luka Doncic, your former player, is out there getting 45 against you, it was a bad look all around, which we knew was going to come. We knew that when they faced off in Dallas, it was going to be ugly for the Mavericks, and it was.
I'm still willing to let it play out. I'm still willing to see if it works out for the Mavericks. I mean, Kyrie Irving's probably not going to be back down until maybe late next season at best. I'd like to see a full playoff run with Kyrie and Anthony Davis. I just like to see that play out because I think that there's still a chance. They have enough young players. I think Max Christie isn't a bad player to get back in the trade. Obviously, you give up an all-time great player in the deal, but I'm willing to see what the Mavericks have up their sleeve in the offseason now with a little bit more cap room to spend too.
Yeah.
Maybe not hitting that second apron, as they call it. But they're not even the most disastrous franchise even in their own conference. The Suns were eliminated from the playoffs yesterday. They don't have a pick in the lottery or in the playoff or they're not in the playoffs. They don't have a pick in the lottery. They're the only team that has that, I believe, right? There's some sort of threshold where it's like they're the only team without a pick in the lottery or in the playoff.
Yeah, no, they're in a really bad spot.
And Matt Ishbia is just out there going in the press conference being like, yeah, no, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And they're paying Beal, Booker, and Durant a bajillion dollars. I don't know the exact number, but it's a bajillion dollars. He's like the classic example of you give a 2K player or a guy that thinks that they can run a franchise because they do it on Madden, control of a team. He's like, yeah, just get all the guys that score 25 points a game, put them on the same team. It doesn't actually work.
The Bradley Beal contract is horrendous, and then Kevin Durant, while he's absolutely an all-time player, has kind of struggled ever since leaving Golden State and finding his right situation and leading a team, and it just hasn't worked out regardless of who's around him. And this year they've been really bad. The one team in the West, we talk about the Rockets a lot. Not a lot, but we talk about them a little bit in the sense that they're underrated and they're number 2 in the West, and people still don't really give them any credit. But by talking about them, we are at least giving them
Acknowledging them.
Yeah,
We're
we're acknowledging
them.
that it's crazy that they're the number 2 seed. The Los Angeles Clippers are right in the mix with the Lakers, with the Nuggets. They're a part of that scrum, the 3-8 scrum right now. Also should mention the Golden State Warriors lost last night to a bad Spurs team, and Harrison Barnes hit the dagger, their former player, right on them, and that put him back into the play-in spot. But the Clippers are right up there with everybody, and it's largely like Norman Powell, James Harden this late in his career. Kawhi Leonard obviously has had load management.
They're going to have basically a fully healthy Kawhi Leonard is, I guess, their philosophy. They're going to not play him the start of seasons. They're going to bring him in about the All-Star game, and they're going to try to ramp up for playoffs.
Yeah.
The West is very interesting. It's very AFC, like the AFC of the NBA, where like you feel like you have like a bunch of loaded superstars in the Western Conference. Like you got Steph, Kawhi, LeBron, Jokic, and then Shea. And then the other side, you maybe have more like the Eagles type team, where it's a full strength team in the Cavaliers. You're the defending champs. Like the Western Conference is, it's going to be a bloodbath. There could be some major upsets, or not major upsets, but in the sense of like the Western Conference Finals could be like a 7 seed and a
absolutely
and a 5.
Yeah, and this
play-in
tournament, the play-in tournament is now really ramped up, and like I said, the Warriors as of today are in it. I believe the Timberwolves are in it as of today. The Mavericks, even though they lost last night, they did clinch a spot in the play-in. They're going to be the 9 or the 10. And who knows, like,
what's the
maybe they win a game and could possibly, I would love to see, it won't happen. I don't think it'll line up properly. I would love to see a Lakers versus Mavericks 7-game series. It would be awesome.
So the Mavericks are set to be in the play-in? Or they're the 8th, you said?
The Mavericks are as of right now, the 10 seed.
The 10 seed?
They can't fall below that. I think they'd be 9 or 10.
I think all the play-ins are set.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So it's really shaping up to be a crazy scene in the Western Conference. And yeah, the Clippers do have a championship-winning head coach in Ty Lue. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, 2 guys who recently have been characterized, especially James Harden, as people who kind of tail off in the postseason. But Kawhi, obviously, who knows? The Kawhi is one of the most puzzling guys in the NBA because we always remember 2019, how awesome that was. But he hasn't been the same guy since then.
Man. He's still got it. When he's on the court, he's still got it, dude. It's just like get to your spot, hit a pull-up jump, hit a good mid-range shot.
I don't know.
Step into 3, defend at a high level.
But yeah, we're getting to that point.
Kawhi on the court is still like one of the 5 best players in the NBA when he's healthy. He just doesn't play.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of uncertainty in the West. I'm very excited to check it out. Playoffs are coming up, and so yeah, that's why we're talking NBA right now. But
you see Jokic's quote?
What was it? People say that we were vulnerable, but the beast is always the most dangerous when they're vulnerable. Interesting.
All right. Well, Connor spoiled that it was the surprise that Ken Jack was going to come in. But
yeah, I'm sorry,
Jack is
Ken
here.
Jack.
That's all right.
You were on the O.J. Simpson Memorial Bench the day of O.J. Simpson's death, the 1-year anniversary of his death. How does it feel?
Sitting in the steps of greatness?
Yeah.
I think it's good, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not? How we doing, Ken Jack?
Doing good. Blue team's up. We're doing solid. Saw the other team celebrating like they won the World Series after a 1-point swing. So actually, I feel way better than I think that people on their team feel.
That was a very crucial final 2 groups, though. That could have been 8-4. Now it's only 7-5.
It was like a we just won celebration, and it was like on paper, it's a 1-point swing. And that's why I was just kind of like, maybe a little too early.
True.
I don't know.
True. All right. Well, yeah, a lot of golf left to be played. Singles play today. Of course, we're not here to talk about.
Yeah, you're beating around the bush.
We're not here to talk about mini golf with you. We haven't fully talked. We've texted back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
But we haven't fully talked about the genesis of the Bonnie Blue tweet and why exactly. TJ, if you want to pull it up for reference, we can look at it again. I know everybody here has already fucking seen it because 9.8 million people have seen it probably by now.
Yeah, just janitor.
Yeah, just janitor. I will say there was somebody. I was out in Wrigleyville this weekend, and I've gotten Jizz Janitor before. People have been like, Jizz Janitor. I'm like, shut the fuck up. For the first time, somebody said, hey, yo, Bonnie Blue, how we doing? And so I was like, okay, well, that's now taking it to another level. But here it is, the tweet. Big shout to our set janitor, Connor. The shag table was kept squeaky clean. All shoot thanks to him. What was the genesis of this tweet as it has 92,000 likes and 10.2 million views?
I think the big thing is I'll never make fun of anybody at this company that I don't like for the most part. And I like you always when you were in New York. I remember the day after Fallen Jedi came out, I was like, Cal Kestis came straight up to you. I was like, dude,
I
you're
do
Cal
look like him.
Kestis.
Yeah.
You look just like that actor. I always like you, and then the Bonnie Blue stuff is obviously going turbo viral, maybe both like bacterially and like on the internet. But she was like, all that was going viral, and then you had that picture with the whatever that jacket is, the foundational piece.
The foundational piece. That's my jacket that I love. And by the way, people point out like, oh, he hasn't worn that jacket since. I do wear it. I just don't wear it on air.
So that
I love
picture-
that jacket.
That one had just come out. Yeah, that's the one that just come out, and I was like, this would be a funny thing to kind of like combine two things, and it wouldn't be funny if it was like, you know, Big Cat or like PFT commenter as the guy that's cleaning up the sets.
But why is it funny if it's me?
It's funnier because I think a majority of people on the internet don't know, like, if they saw Big Cat, they'd be like, it's just Big Cat. And they see you, they're like, that guy looks like he's English, and he could be somebody that's cleaning up sets. Over there,
You do have a cum cleaner face.
It looks like it's like you're just in that perfect zone. And I thought this was such a niche tweet that, like, I love niche tweets more than anything. Ones where I know only maybe 10 of my followers get. Okay. And I was like, yeah, like a few crossover fans of Barstool enjoy this, and that's it. And it wasn't the case. It just popped up. The English loved it.
Okay, yeah, they did, dude. That's why I might have said this in the broadcast yesterday for mini golf. My mom says, like, you can't go to England.
I don't know what's going to happen there.
It might be a Josh Block situation.
You get deported?
Yeah, like I go over there and they just send me right back.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, there are accounts over in England, the TikTok, the Jake Malasek TikTokers over there.
What is happening to Jizz Janitor?
Yeah, exactly. Who are making videos about me. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But it did. That's really why it went so viral, is because over in England.
Yeah, they believe it like hook, line, and sinker, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's such a bad Photoshop.
So, yeah, I was going to ask, how long did you spend on that Photoshop?
I couldn't have spent like 7 minutes on it. Like, that was not a very heavy. It was the one picture, and then I just took like the most recent one I could find where you were like had a full upper body. I was like, bang, right there.
Yeah, people on Reddit, because I'm wearing a 76ers crew neck in there, or the pullover, whatever you want to call it, they were like, oh, typical 76ers fan. And then the NYC influencers snark Reddit page or whatever it is thought that I was...
Yeah, you're all over Reddit.
Yeah, I thought I was...
The incels love you.
I was dating Mubi, and then they were like, oh, never mind, she's not dating Connor, but he is a freak, though, and an absolute weirdo because he was the shag janitor for Bonnie Blue. It's like, this is a terrible Photoshop edit. That's just... I saw it originally. I laughed. I thought it was funny because I was like, oh, this is so blatantly not true and so blatantly edited. And then everybody thought it was real. Terrible.
Yeah, that was not the intention, I don't think. And actually, I brought you what I would call a peace offering.
Oh, wait, what is this?
Oh,
no
wow.
fucking shit. Is this the Tantive IV?
It sure is. And it's a model display, so if you wanted to, you can put it up here.
Oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen. The Tantive 4, as you see at the beginning of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
And
Holy shit.
I didn't forget Ebo.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, gifts for everybody.
Thank you.
What, TJ?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know who was going to be on. I didn't
It's
do
okay.
hard steps for you guys. I'm sorry.
This is awesome.
Well,
Connor got his Tantive IV. Whatever it's called.
It kind of looks. Can I say something about the Tantive IV?
What?
It's got a
Fallacy.
yeah, a little penis.
Most
claw.
spaceships are kind of fallacy for the most part.
Our entire mini golf course is.
Yeah, it's all
It's a lot of
penises.
dicks.
Yeah.
That's a blockade runner, man. That's the opening.
This is
spaceship.
incredible. Oh, and it's even got the shot right there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, I would like to extend a peace offering as well. And I was also going to hold this as a surprise, but I guess I'll reveal it right now since I already spoiled the one surprise of you coming in here. We have the Mexican Star Wars Day, Star Wars Murder Mystery coming up.
Okay.
We are still solidifying the date. I believe it is going to be May 5th. It just might be in a different capacity, but we have scheduling conflicts. Anyway, I was going to ask you in private if you would like to be a part of it this year. Not necessarily in person, but maybe cameo.
Yeah.
And I would like to extend that offer to you right now.
Absolutely. No question.
So you're in?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first booking for Mexican Star Wars Day.
Huge.
That's massive announcement.
Ken
right?
Jack is in.
Did you see? What was it in Chile? They did like the ads in the middle of the Star Wars. Like they edited in.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember, I think it was Chile or
Yeah.
something like that. Some South American country. They edited in beer ads to the movie. So Obi-Wan's like talking to Anakin, and he stops, and they cut to him like pulling a beer out of a cooler, and he starts like, and they just cuts away. He doesn't have it anymore. Kind of like that. Maybe should put that into more movies.
We'll incorporate it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely on the list.
Now you're not going to write him.
This is just a feel-good, goofy, fun Star Wars thing bouncing around the.
That's it, but I didn't.
Is this Hey Greedo?
Each film up a
was,
box.
It is.
One is going to shut down the tractor beam, and He grabs a cold one. Here's another example. The
It's kind of sick.
in my bones. I needed
That's
this
actually
this
that
morning.
required
I
a lot of, I
needed
think, like
this.
production value.
The
to do
original
that, and especially in South America.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
I love those ones.
Are you going to cast him as something heroic or?
We'll see.
Okay.
I have a
He's gonna
role
be
in mind.
slain?
I'll keep the role a surprise, but
Okay.
I will reveal that you will be in it.
I do have from when me and Jeff and David and Robbie and Clement to Disney, we did I have a lightsaber, like one of the big heavy ones.
Yeah.
It is green. I don't know if that hurts or helps here.
In the context of this story, it would be totally fine.
Okay, just making sure. I think that's I also have a Rebel. I have Dave's outfit that he wore. He had a First Order outfit, like full with like the Nazi cap, all that shit. And then he also have like the Rebel whatever thing, kind of gear from Endor, which is kind of nice.
You tight with Dave? Could you get him on the show for us?
He's out doing unnamed right now. You guys are competing up against him. I'm assuming you guys are above. Right
How are we
now.
doing right now, TJ? Are we winning?
We don't have to talk about it.
No.
I will say it was kind of funny. Some people are just like out practicing right now. Ella Griff hit a hole-in-one on the Barca Logo course, which is right in front of the Yak Studio, and she screamed.
Oh.
Top of her lungs, like, oh my God. And everybody else, like, we were all on the course just dead silent, like, what'd you just do? And she's still going nuts. And then Annika's like, Dave's recording right there, right in front of you.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Can we pull up the video of Ella Griff going for the fist bump with Big T yesterday?
Oh, I didn't even see that yet.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
It was brutal. I don't know if it's readily available. I don't know what the caption was, but
It's on her Twitter.
is it on? Oh yeah, she did tweet it. She was like, "I will never recover for this" or something. Yeah, this is it. Terrible look for Ella here.
Ooh. Oh. Getting like the secondhand fist bump is even
tough.
worse. Maybe.
Yeah.
Though I was right next to Dave when he had his wipeout, and that was
really
unbelievable. He's so funny.
White Sox Dave also tune into the Yak. We got race day today with Cons. Very excited about that.
He's been excited about race day his whole life, although he didn't know it would be about actually racing on foot. He's been pumped about it for a while.
And what's the first letter of his name?
It is
Or
white.
first word,
It is fair. It is fair.
Kenjack, you have any sports takes you want to fire off? Or TJ, were you about to say something?
You want to rant about the Suns?
Who said something?
You want to rant about Matt Ishbia?
Suns stink.
We were just talking
terrible.
about the Suns. Yeah.
Awful team. Everyone knew the Beal deal wouldn't work out. It hasn't worked out. I think that you look at the funniest thing, just looking at Kevin Durant's Twitter, it's just him replying to every single person saying that he wants to trade. Be like, I don't want to trade. I don't. It's like, yeah, you do. You clearly want out, and I wouldn't blame you. This team's like fucking falling apart. It's the worst. But I think Ishbia wants to buy the White Sox, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I think, and
that'd
be great because everyone hates Reinsdorf. So and get him a little bit off of the foot of the Suns and onto something else. Maybe it'll help out the team in general.
Well, thankfully the Chargers are in a good spot, right?
Better for sure. Although I still have Mahomes in the division, which is never going to change. Which kind of sucks, but it's been fun. Dude, being here. This is the first time I had met Gruden. Like talking to John Gruden about football for 5 minutes is like the greatest experience of all time. Like,
yeah.
We were just. I was showing him. I had found a bunch of trading cards in my father-in-law's attic, and just all shit from specifically 90 to 93. And I was just showing him pictures of them, and he's just like salivating, chomping at the bit, looking at these olds play. Like Derek, oh my God, yes, loved it.
He was also great on the golf course yesterday.
Very good.
Just had the intensity of a Super Bowl winning coach that he brought to the course. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, he was having a really fun time.
Yeah, we were trying to get him on the show too, but I think he's tied up with some other business. Malasek being just an absolute asshole.
Yeah, we got to go through his guy who.
Well, yeah, we got to go.
None of us
Asexual
know.
Malasek. Oh, did you see Cody Ko called him out? Malasek?
No, what?
So we have a clip from the bracket where he talked about how he doesn't he uses his physical bidets to go into the shower, and right after he takes a shit and just like wash his ass without soap.
Oh.
And Cody Ko picked up that clip in a video he made maybe a week ago or something like that. So he went through I think the quote the title is like worst podcast clips ever ? With like his soy face, and then it's just him like talking to him about like watching the Malasek clip and then making fun of him.
Damn.
So, I thought Cody Ko was like canceled off the face of the earth.
So did I. I didn't know he was making videos.
He just like showed back up like 2 months ago or 3 months ago and just as if nothing happened.
As if nothing.
He had like one statement at the end of like a 25-minute video, like the last 2 minutes of a video, and then just went right back to it as if nothing happened.
I guess that's the way to do it, right? If you're going to.
I guess, yeah. I don't know, yeah.
It's like, it's all over now.
Ken Jack, we're doing litigation, I guess, of innocent and guilty right there. What do you think about the murder of Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman? Do you have a take on who did it? Do you think O.J. Simpson did it?
What happened to was Kato Kalin? Anyone ever get to the bottom of that guy? The
I don't
that
know.
was-
Connor didn't bring it with.
Was not a part of the presentation.
He's the guy that was like living at their house. Like he was like a house guest of the Simpsons that lived in their backyard when the murder happened. And they interviewed him a bunch of times, and they're like, "What happened? What happened?" And he's just like, "I don't know. I was just in my house." And just kind of weird. You have a house guest that's also there too.
That's very interesting.
Don't want to throw down one of my the best fantasy minds of all time. Rest in peace, O.J. Simpson. Down for nothing when something else might have went down. No.
I'm gonna look into that now. Shoot, I had one more question I was gonna ask you, but I can't remember. Bummer. I don't know what I was gonna say. I was too focused on the apple fritter, and now I lost my train of thought.
Baked goods will get you.
You want an apple fritter?
Do I want an apple fritter?
You get him an apple fritter.
I just had a protein bar, but I'll fuck up an apple fritter.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, get him an apple fritter.
Oh, are these like freshly made? Or okay.
They're from the grocery store.
Freshly purchased.
Yeah, they're
Freshly purchased.
Blutman's homemade recipe of the grocery store.
Do you have any homemade recipes, Blutman?
No, I don't cook.
But do you like mix?
I'd like to see you do a video with Chef Donnie.
I would.
What would you
not.
request
What's
for
for
what's
lunch
for
with
lunch?
Donnie?
If I would request what's for lunch, probably something I'm in the mood for.
Yeah.
Jambalaya, maybe. I would like ramen of sorts. Probably ramen, actually. Yeah.
You like the Asian market?
Yeah.
Oh, the Asian market's nice.
Yeah.
You want to go to the Asian
here?
market?
Not here, but
Gangnam Market.
You should go with Blubman after.
Go with Blutman.
You're a big
Gangnam
fan?
Market, it's awesome.
is it like one of those ones where it's almost like an aquarium in it?
They
You know
have
what I
a
mean?
food
I wish
court
there was
with like a bunch of restaurants in it, as well as like a.
If
it's
you want
awesome.
to go to the Asian market right after this, I'll happily go, and
It's
we
fun.
can
It's
assemble
worth
a
going.
squad.
Oh, definitely go.
Okay, cool. We're going to the Asian market. Anyone who works at this company is invited.
They
you
have
ever-
Asian walking tacos.
Is it WOK in tacos? Like
No, that would have been smart. It's
like
a
they
Korean
do like the chips.
Mexican
It's like a
spot.
bulgogi beef bowl in like the weird chips.
oh, that's
pretty good.
awesome. Did you remember you texted Marty what you ate every day for like 2 weeks?
Yeah, I did.
Was it anything good?
No,
What was it?
I have just food, regular food. Like, oh, I got
What's regular food to you though? I don't know what you eat.
oh Culver's tonight. Oh, chicken parm. Oh, tonight I had a cookie. Like that was my dinner. A cookie, just that.
Just a
Regular.
cookie for dinner?
Yeah, because I only really eat one meal a day unless we have free lunch here. Or well, today we're going to the Asian market.
You're OMAD?
But you know, like I don't know. I don't eat much. I really only eat dinner and snacks here and there.
Mook told us recently he had an entire ice cream for dinner kind of recently.
I've
Like,
done that before playing. Yeah.
a full ice cream cake?
Oh, ice cream cake.
Yeah. Like a
Oh
full-
no, I
Like
would
one of the
never
little circle
do
ones?
that.
Not the big.
Turtle cake?
Not the big birthday party cake size.
yeah,
Yeah,
but turtle ain't
big
no ice
circle
cream.
one.
Yeah.
Not
I
ice
think
cream.
ice
That's a
cream
tummy
cake
ache
is-
waiting to happen.
Yeah.
I thought you just meant ice cream dinner. Ice cream.
No,
dinner
that's
I've done
regular.
before.
That's
yeah.
ice cream. A full ice cream cake for dinner is a totally different
Yeah,
animal.
that's diabolical. I would never dare.
I was saying that I think ice cream cake is significantly better than ice cream. Got a little heat for it, but I think that's fair. It's basically just ice cream, but you also
Yeah.
get the little crumbles and the icing and stuff.
Ice cream as a complimentary piece is much better than just straight ice cream. Like if you get like a skillet cookie and you get some ice
Yes.
cream, I think that's a nice little compliment.
The lava cake with
Yeah.
the ice cream.
Yeah, that's good.
I had that
Pile
the other
mode.
day.
Cody,
Side of ice cream.
were you going to say something, Cody?
I was just gonna ask your thoughts on the Sabrina Carpenter Fortnite skin.
Oh, well, we could get to that. We can get to that after the ad. We'll talk.
Well, yeah,
about
why
that.
don't you tell us about something important,
Yeah.
Connor? Something more important than a Sabrina Carpenter.
Sure, Ken Jack, you're more than welcome to stick around if you want. But
I'll finish the fritter and hop out. Yeah.
All right, that was pretty much all that we had for you in terms of interrogating. It really wasn't much of an interrogation.
I just wanted to
but-
make peace.
Beef
Yeah,
patch.
we've always been good. I always thought it was funny. It just was a very interesting dilemma. Where
Yeah,
I'm like,
Ebo had a great idea.
having to explain to relatives what this is.
Ebo had a great idea where he was going to have us do the was it the Crips and the Bloods?
Yeah.
Because I have a handkerchief too, but I forgot. We only thought about it after I was already
Somebody
here.
misplaced mine in here. It was on top of the refrigerator right there, and then I don't know what happened. We cleaned up a little bit. We had opening day. I don't know where it went, but I will look for it after the show, and we could get it. Cody,
To tie a bow on all this, you always said you don't like the jizz janitor joke, but can you just come clean one time and say it's all good?
Oh, nice. That was good.
it's all good.
You wrote
All
that
right.
one down, Cody?
That was good, Cody.
Nah, I didn't write
play the laugh track.
Yeah. I'll go into an ad. Oh, actually, let's
Seamless transition.
Yeah, why not? We'll go into Nutrafol. How about that? Talk about Nutrafol. This year, there's nothing holding you back from loving your hair again. Hair is so much more than what you see on the surface. It's a reflection of what's happening inside. Let Nutrafol target the key root causes of your thinning hair and help you grow stronger, healthier strands from within. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Thinning hair is different for men and women, so a one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas for men and women that are tailored to different life stages and lifestyle factors, so you can get just what you need. Building a hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription required, automated deliveries, and free shipping keep you on track. Nutrafol.
You know what else you need to do?
What?
Go to DraftKings.
Oh.
UFC 314 is headed to South Beach. It won't be all glitz and glamour, but the stars will be out. Don't miss any of the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. It promises to be another banger night of fights, especially the featherweight main event between two evenly matched fighters. First time, just pick something simple like a fighter to win and make your pick. It's that simple. And if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Step into the octagon with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code
Family.
That's code FAMILY for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings. The crown is yours.
And who fights on Saturday? Patty the Baddie.
Yes.
Back
Really?
He's got Michael Chandler, correct?
Massive one.
Big
massive,
fight.
Massive swing.
Got to get him on the ground.
Patty wins this fight, and he is legit in the conversation for a run to the title.
What's his rank? Is he ranked in the division yet?
He is, I think. He's 22-3. I don't know where the rank is.
Good for Patty.
Also, TJ, I have another question for you
Former trivia.
related to an athlete that you love.
You okay?
I don't know if we want to wait until after the Patty the Baddie stuff, but fuck it, I'll just ask it right now. What the hell is going on with Michael Van Gerwen?
Yo, I saw that. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Crazy. Crazy.
He like broke his neck putting on a shirt?
Yep. What? That was the story, at least.
How the fuck does that happen?
What?
Dude, you know MVG. Obviously.
Yeah.
He's got a thick neck.
I met Michael Van Gerwen outside of MSG.
So did I.
Yeah, we were there. Yeah.
You finished the ad, by the way, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, Michael Van Gerwen was forced to withdraw from last week's Premier League darts meeting after sustaining a freak neck injury putting a shirt on, according to Vincent Van de Voix.
That's a good
Dutch is
name.
fake. Dutch is such a fake
Out
language.
shirt.
Yeah.
That'd be a great graphic.
What the hell happened
You
here?
should just play shirtless from now on.
Bro?
Yeah, we need a Cody. Can you make a graphic that just says neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can just with Michael Van Gerwen's face, and you can send that you can send that to your huz.
Yeah.
Kendrick, you're a darts day veteran. I don't know what the status of darts day is this year.
It was a journey, and now that it's like cross country, but darts day
well, they moved it. It's
now.
June 27th this year.
Still in MSG.
Yeah, but that's the day. It's a Saturday leading into our 4th of July break. So I have a feeling that a high majority of our people are going to be
already out
elsewhere.
Maybe.
I don't know. Also, I think Greer is relinquishing GM duties.
Respectfully, yeah.
Greer said that that his ticket sales guy had almost basically signed off on the tickets already, like implied like, all right, I got you for 100. Don't worry, here you go. So that might be an issue.
I remember the first darts day, he had to sit there with his phone scanning all
50
of us in. It was a miserable
and
experience.
He was like about to peak.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Well, I hope his phone works."
Yep, he was out. He was out there.
What a day.
Speaking of peaks, Twin Peaks is the #1 sports bar. Ayo. That's a big claim, but they back it up. You don't have to choose basketball or hockey. You really get it all at Twin Peaks. Have you tried their draft beer? It's always 29 degrees Fahrenheit. Has beer ice crystals in it, and their food is surprisingly really, really good. And it's made from scratch in the kitchen daily, seasoned, smashed, and seared to order burgers, hand-stretched flatbreads, hand-cut steaks, freshly prepared guac, and you never have to worry about missing anything. There's TVs literally everywhere. Find your local lodge. Visit TwinPeaksRestaurant.com. TVs everywhere, Blutman. How about that?
That sounds like the type of spot.
It is, and they have root beer.
Yeah, confirmed.
So double the type of spot for a guy like me.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I was just thinking about just when you were doing the hair ad earlier. Nobody on this show has bad hair, including when you have obviously Titus and Brandon on. You guys are all great hair havers.
Thank you, man. I
Like
appreciate that.
logistically, like I feel like whatever math speaking, like somebody should have bad hair.
How was the bald stool journey going?
Yeah,
it was awesome.
How's it coming back for you? You like
if
your
you're better than
progress?
some worse than others. Like we have one guy from our group. Like we have the group chat still very active with the stoolies that are with us.
That's awesome.
He was bald, like Chuck bald, and like he just has a full head of hair now.
Really?
Full head of hair. So I think it works a little differently for each person, but yeah.
It takes about a year for it to really take, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe 18 months.
But yeah, congrats on it being a full hair haver pod. I feel like every podcast here even has at least one bad hair haver, and you have like 15 people on. All you guys have great hair.
I got too big of a forehead. I got to figure out how to deal with that with my hair.
I will say, Ken Jack, when you guys were doing that bald stool stuff and you like just got back from Turkey, I think I had to like mute you for a second just because you put out all the pictures of your scalp.
Oh, it was gross.
Oh my god,
it was so gross looking, and like you don't see it when they're doing the surgery, and then like I looked up and they showed me in the mirror, and like my entire head is just covered in blood.
That's almost like ignorance is bliss. Like just don't tell me that there's blood all over my head.
Exactly.
Were you scared going into it?
Oh yeah.
That would be something that would terrify me. Yeah.
I'd never had any surgery whatsoever before.
No shit.
And they were just like, yeah, just sit down, it'll be fine.
Not even like wisdom teeth or anything.
No, nothing.
Wow.
Never been under any knife whatsoever.
Wow.
But you weren't under for this, right? You were awake the whole time. They just like numbed the.
Threw you a Xanny, but that was about it.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't do like injections like to numb your scalp and everything.
Like local anesthetic.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You weren't like under.
Yeah.
But that was a fun ass trip. I want to go back because it's like you're in like Paris basically. Like that's like one of the coolest cities I'd ever been to. Everyone and Mickey Smokes was every single rule they gave us. He just violated immediately.
What in terms of just like don't drink after
pre-surgery? They're like don't drink, don't smoke, get some rest, drink a lot of water. Did none of it. And then he's like, why is my head blowing up like a balloon?
his head was massive.
He looked like a fucking avatar, like he was coming on the airplane. So they follow the rules.
Yeah,
at least there.
I like that. I was going to pivot. I thought I had a segue. I do not. In terms of rule following, how about Ja Morant not following any rules on the court?
Good segue.
And brandishing weapons. And
I got rid of all my Nerf guns.
Did you? Yeah. Where'd they go?
I put them back in storage.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I was only...
Actually...
No, Ebo.
Joke's on you. I have one more. I have one more.
Did you see Dirk?
That's what I was going to tee up. I was going to see if we had the Dirk Taylor Rooks video. Interesting pairing, just sitting up there.
Why is Taylor Rooks in the box?
I don't know.
Why is she shooing him?
But
they're watching a clip of Ja and then doing
and then he just throws the grenade.
Germans throwing a grenade, never a good thing. Typically.
That's a good point. Yeah, I saw that. So many questions about that clip.
Why
are they together
in Dirk's box?
And then why are they?
Or is Dirk in Taylor Rooks' box?
Oh, come on!
Wait a minute,
that's a family man.
Stop it! Association for Women in Sports Media. Come on, that's outrageous.
Oh, so now the woman in sports media can't be successful and have her own box in a Mavs game.
That's outrageous.
Weird, Connor. What would you say to Taylor Rooks? People like to get like outlandish and hyperbolic when they talk to her. What would you say? Would you just be like, just pumping yourself up, or would you be like kind of mild mannered and humble?
I'd say after every single question she asked me, I really appreciate what you've done in your career, Taylor, and I wish you nothing but the best in the future.
They're doing the Amazon show next year, is what people are saying.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Amazon basketball, I guess.
I don't know. I suppose, but Amazon will. I don't know if that's official, if that's done, but Amazon will absolutely be a part in the NBA from what it seems in terms of the rights and coverage.
So Turner's still going to be producing inside the NBA? Is that how it's going to work? And they're just going to syndicate it to ESPN, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Or are they going to be cross-pollinating talent?
Prime Video announces Taylor Rooks, Blake Griffin, Dirk Nowitzki to join. Okay, an all-girl season of NBA coverage. That makes sense then. It still doesn't make sense why they were doing the gun and the grenade in the selfie that they took. That was a little bit off, I think. But yeah, just having fun. And if they are going to be working together, that makes sense. Did the chat point that out?
Yep.
If so, shout out chat. Now I'm a little bit more... Okay, yeah. Oh, so this has been around for a couple months. January 7th. Blake Griffin, my cousin, of course. And there they are.
Did you see Gilbert Arenas on his podcast like 2 days ago was like, Ja, you can't be doing that. You got to throw a grenade or something. And then the next day he threw a grenade.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out Gilbert Arenas. He's hilarious.
You love those NBA podcasts with the old vets.
Yeah.
Or the people who have been retired.
I think legitimately, if we're doing like funniest people alive right now, I think Jeff Teague's my number one.
Pound for pound?
I think that is like, he is legitimately hilarious. He saved comedy, I think.
Him and his crew, like Hayward and I forget the other guy's name. They're all three of them very, very funny.
Tonight only, PJ Tucker 5+3.
Yeah, $1,000 to make $5 million.
$5 million.
That clip is so.
Yeah, I love that show. You know what else I love? X-Share.
Oh, good.
All right, let's be real. If you're spending hours at your desk, you need a chair that actually has your back, and I'm not talking about some cheap, stiff office chair that leaves you sore by noon. That's where X-Share comes in. This thing is built for comfort that moves with you. It's got dynamic variable lumbar support, which basically means it adjusts automatically as you sit. No awkward levers, no hassle. SideFlow Infinite Recline lets you lean back smoothly without feeling like you're fighting the chair. And if you really want to level up, there's even a cooling massage feature built right in. That sounds
amazing.
So whether you're grinding through meetings, locked in on a big project, or just kicking back after a long day, X-Chair's got your back, literally. Spring's here, perfect time to refresh your setup, and we've got our listeners a $100 off coupon code. Use code MOSTLYSPORTS100 for $100 off any purchase over $500. That's MOSTLYSPORTS100 for $100 off your X-Share purchase of $500 or more. So check out X-Share at xshare.com. Your body will thank you.
Where do we want to go next? We obviously do have the Sabrina Carpenter Fortnite skin.
Obviously.
Chicken jockey. I mean,
Chicken jockey.
This was mostly today. I mean,
yeah, we do have the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. First, I want to touch on the White Sox losing as they rounded third base to tie the game at 3, 2 outs in the 9th inning, and I forget who was it.
Michael Tauchman.
Who
Sockman.
Who he
former Yankee.
He rounds third base. He's going to score. He had a hamstring injury prior, and it looks like he maybe retweaked it, and he injures himself as he's going to home plate to tie the game, gets tagged out, and the Guardians win. I've never seen a game end like that. That is absolutely brutal.
I will say, having rooted for a team that has been this awful in the past, this isn't that bad because you can just surrender yourself to the misery.
Yeah.
Like at your 2-9, you have that happen, 1 week in the season, you can just quit.
Mm-hmm.
You can just go. You can go spend your summer doing other stuff like going to the beach, go to the pool, get tan, read a book. You don't have to be miserable about your baseball team. You know what people don't tell you about your baseball team?
What?
You can watch it through rose-tinted glasses. I know people say like, "Oh, you're watching things through rose-tinted glasses." Like you're not. You can do it.
Elaborate.
Rose-tinted. If you watch your baseball team through rose-tinted glasses, and you're just like, "Oh, this is fine. Whatever. We lose. Whatever." Life is so much better. You just got. I mean, the reason rose-tinted glasses exist is to make things better. Just wear them. Prescribe yourself some rose-tinted glasses. That's my advice to everyone out there. That's like game 13 of 162, and you want to give up. Just put on the glasses.
Also, another baseball-related thing. I like that, Ebo. The Colorado Rockies. I guess this is not being positive, but their Twitter.
Yeah, I just thought this
social
was funny.
media account.
The Orioles had a similar thing yesterday, but they mixed in a Michael Phelps tweet, so that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Twitter
Rockies.
The Rockies is
just back-to-back tweets.
Not putting in any effort.
Yeah. Well, they lost 17-2, Connor.
But at the same time,
you gotta
put score at some point to keep people posted throughout the game. That's one thing I don't like about the Phillies social accounts. They post a score like once or twice, and then the game's over. It's like, well, I want to keep up to speed with it if I'm not watching the game.
Yeah.
But one tweet for I don't know what the tweet was. It was all over.
Maybe mixing a meme.
Emojis. Yeah.
Like everything is fine.
Pitchers are athletes.
Bad luck,
too,
Brian.
with a bunch of fucking hand
Plays a
claps.
baseball game, gives up 17 runs.
This is fine. Why is your... I hate Evo's screenshot.
Yeah.
Texas.
I like the bold.
Yeah, what is
I
that?
think Mackenzie put me on. She's like, has bold on her phone. I'm like, that looks much better for reading, so I did it.
Well, anyway,
Boomer. That major boomer move.
If it's a woman in sports media, I apologize, but yeah, I think they could probably be doing a little bit better. But again, the game, as you did point out, it sucked. So
Connor,
tough to do. What's up?
Let's have for tomorrow's show your 5 worst social media team run accounts in sports.
Okay. We could do that. I'd have to look. Have we done something like this before?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, we'll look into it.
And
no way out.
Tomorrow we could all. You want to tease the what we have for tomorrow? We have a box of opening day stuff that we could go through that Brandon opened without saying anything about it and said would naturally fold into the show, but obviously no, it wouldn't. We have a script we could go into maybe.
Yeah, we still do have. I'll just say it. We still do have the Ghost Runner script that Mark Blutman cooked up, and we were going to do it on opening day, and then obviously opening day went forever, so we never really got around to it.
Opening day hasn't ended.
Opening day is an idea.
I'm going to open some stuff right now, courtesy of Ken Jack.
Open
this
those
Topps
up.
baseball pack.
Also should plug Penn State in the Frozen Four tonight, going up against BU.
Oh yeah,
BU, more like PU. We'll beat them.
Oh, it's got that. You know when you open a pack of cards, the smell.
Let me
It's
smell.
got that smell. Get a whiff of that pack. The inside of there.
Formaldehyde on the card.
Get a whiff of that pack.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, get that pack. It's loud as fuck in here.
Gut pack.
Thank you very much, Ken Jack, for the gifts. That was
course.
very polite.
Anything good?
Look at that, Baltimore Orioles right
There
there.
you
A
go.
little walk off.
There you go.
Boom.
It's a hot
Boom.
start.
That's a winner. That's a hit. That's probably $1 million card.
I got
Really?
Garrett Cole.
Ooh, look at that. Dude, Meek Phil on opening day, he showed up. He had a fresh fade and a lined-up beard. I've never seen him that clean in his life.
No
it was
shit.
Like his first day of school. It was so, like, I was like a different human.
He was looking great yesterday on the course.
Is
Yeah.
Meek here yet today?
Yes. He is.
All right, he's coming to the Asian market.
Yeah, he's coming.
Okay.
He's gonna find a wife.
He
I got Paul
is-
Skeens.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I got Aaron Judge. You want to trade?
My Skeens for your Judge.
Yeah, you
Mine's
wanna
it.
trade
I got
Judge for-
I got
Judge-
All-Star Skeens.
Wait, no, you could probably like sell that card to the Pirates for season tickets and whatever,
yeah.
or Livy Dunn
Yeah.
fan experience.
GQ shoot with Livy Dunn
Decline.
and really show off your personality, TJ.
I got Corbin Carroll.
Was the holographic ones better?
Sure.
I'm like very new on card collecting. Holographic always feels better.
It's got to be good. It's shinier.
I love it.
I always wanted the holographic Charizard.
Yeah.
I think me and Nick are the only two that played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, I think, growing up.
No, I did. I had a.
I watched.
What's the Dark Paladin and a Dragon card you use polymerization on? I had that fusion monster in ultra rare holographic. But I don't know where
Dark
it is.
Magician was a fun time. And Blue-Eyed White Dragon. Or, yeah, Blue-Eyed White Dragon. Yeah, Blue-Eyed White Dragon.
I guess last question before we go. Just go around the room. Dark Magician girl? Question mark.
Huh?
What?
Okay. That's
What? Is there a Dark Magician girl online? That's maybe a little bit freaky.
Sabrina Carpenter would maybe be a great Dark Magician girl.
You know, you'd like, Cody, if you like Sabrina Carpenter Fortnite skin, is the new is it Emma Frost in Marvel Rivals? They just dropped that skin. It's tasty.
I was just bringing it up for Connor, the Gurboley. Emma Frost.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
little elfish. For,
That's your type, though. She's a
Would.
pop star.
Would.
I saw.
You're right
That's your
about
next
that.
thing. I saw Connor Griffin with Dark Magician Girl.
yeah. On New York City influencer snark.
Yeah.
They were hanging out at Tao.
I like that. I like that. Well, I think we're all good on ads, right?
Yeah.
We have anything else we want to hit before we go?
Yeah, watch main golf, bro.
Mini golf.
Mini golf coming up after the Masters. Masters we didn't talk about, but we could talk about it more tomorrow once we actually have.
Brandon's there, I guess. I wonder if the pencil made it in.
We'll see. I'll be keeping tabs. I know that.
Can I invite a guest for tomorrow?
Who do you want to bring?
I'll talk off her.
All right, we'll talk about it off air, Blutman. The Masters are on. We'll be talking about it tomorrow. Brandon is at the Masters, so we won't be able to celebrate his anniversary, his work anniversary with him. It's also his birthday on Sunday, so maybe we should do something for him tomorrow. We'll figure it out. And thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you, Ken Jack, for joining. Always a pleasure. And, watch mini golf tonight coming up after the Masters. Should be a lot of fun. Ebo, any final words?
No, family.
That's how ball is done.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
Bye.